The schoolyard was filled with laughter, but not the kind that made people happy. A group of boys stood in a circle, smirking, whispering, and pointing. At the center stood a thin boy in torn clothes, his shoes barely holding together. His name was Tommy. He clutched his backpack tightly, trying to ignore the cruel words being thrown at him. "Hey, Tommy," one of the bullies sneered. "Did you get those clothes from the trash?" The group burst into laughter. Another boy stepped forward and tugged at Tommy's shirt. "Yeah, looks like it was made 100 years ago." Tommy lowered his head, his face burning with shame. Just then, a deep, steady voice cut through the laughter. "That's funny. Because from where I'm standing, you all look a lot smaller than him." The bullies froze. Slowly, they turned around. Clint Eastwood stood just a few feet away, hands in his pockets, his piercing eyes locked onto them. The entire playground went silent. The lead bully crossed his arms, trying to act tough. "Who are you?" he scoffed. Clint took a slow step forward. "Someone who's seen this kind of thing before," he said. His eyes flicked toward Tommy. "And someone who knows what real strength looks like." The bullies exchanged nervous glances. Clint tilted his head slightly. "Let me ask you something," he said. "Did making fun of him make you feel bigger?" The bully hesitated before mumbling, "It was just a joke." Clint nodded. "Aha. And what's funny about tearing someone down?" The playground was completely silent. Tommy looked up, his eyes wide with disbelief. No one had ever stood up for him like this before. Clint turned to Tommy and smiled faintly. "You know, kid, I've met a lot of tough people in my life. The toughest ones? They weren't the loudest. They weren't the meanest. They were the ones who took all the hits, and kept standing." Tommy's grip on his backpack tightened, something inside him shifted. The lead bully swallowed hard. "We were just messing around," he muttered. Clint raised an eyebrow. "Then let me tell you something. The world's already got enough people tearing each other down. Be the ones who lift others up." The bullies fidgeted uncomfortably. One of them muttered, "Whatever," and walked away. The others quickly followed. Tommy watched them go, his heart pounding. He turned back to Clint. Why did you help me?" Clint chuckled. "Because, kid, I've been where you are." Tommy's eyes widened. "You have?" Clint nodded. "People will always find reasons to put others down. But the only thing that really matters, what you believe about yourself." Tommy blinked, taking in Clint's words. For the first time, he felt like maybe he wasn't as small as they made him feel. Clint patted his shoulder. "Now go on. Stand tall. You've got nothing to be ashamed of." As Clint turned to leave, the school principal appeared. He had seen everything. Walking over to Tommy, he placed a hand on his shoulder. "Are you okay?" Tommy nodded slowly. But before the principal could say anything else, something unexpected happened. The lead bully hesitated at the edge of the playground. His friends had already left, but he lingered. Finally, he turned back and walked up to Tommy. "Hey," he muttered, rubbing the back of his neck. "Look, man. I'm sorry. We shouldn't have done that." Tommy stared at him, shocked. The same kid who had laughed at him minutes ago was now apologizing. Clint, standing nearby, smirked slightly. He had seen this before. A few words, spoken at the right moment, could change a person forever. The bully turned and jogged off, leaving Tommy standing there, feeling something new, respect. As Clint walked away, a few other kids came up to Tommy. One of them smiled. "Hey, man, that was kinda cool." Another nodded. "Yeah. You wanna sit with us at lunch?" Tommy's chest swelled with emotion. For the first time, he wasn't just a poor kid. He was someone who mattered. Clint glanced back one last time, watching as Tommy straightened his shoulders. The kid wasn't just standing tall, he was standing proud. A small smile crossed Clint's lips. His job here was done. If this story inspired you, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon so you never miss another powerful story like this.